When it is hot outside, there's no better notes than grapefruit, lemon, and citron. They are an absolute must in fragrance. I know. Don't start. I know it's not there yet. We're not in summer yet, but I absolutely cannot wait. And you can reference this video when it gets hot outside. I just had to do it. I needed some sun. So buckle up. I have some choices for you in this video that will get you compliments and have you smelling awesome for when it gets warm. The first one I have for you is kind of a little bit of a cheapy-ish fragrance. I say that because the Jimmy Choo fragrance prices have been really on the rise lately. I bought this one for around $35 and now I see it online for about $54. So if you see this one for around $35, don't hesitate to pick it up. And the one that I'm talking about is going to be Jimmy Choo Man Ice. This particular one was released in 2017 and this is a musky sort of citrus fragrance with a phenomenal ambroxan dry down. The dry down alone on this one is worth the $34 or $35 that you can get it for. It has amazing versatility. Anybody can wear this one. It will keep you fresh and amazing smelling for when it's hot outside for only $30-something. $50, you gotta kind of check it out and see if you want to spend $50 on it because it doesn't last terribly long. Most of these from Jimmy Choo are not going to last terribly long. So you do have to respray it. My next one is also going to have citron in it. But this one is going to be combined with the note of Timur. And Timur gives the fragrance a little bit of a sort of scent profile that's like grapefruit. And the one I'm talking about is the 2022 release. It's Eau Chevre by Terre de Hermes. Released in 2022, this one is going to have some citron at the very top, and some Timur as it dries down. The Timur gives it kind of a grapefruity scent. And also you're going to have some juniper berries at the very top. So it's got a little bit of a bite to it. However, this fragrance right here is also going to be a little bit more on the dense side. Where this was like sort of light and airy, this one is a little bit more on the denser side or thicker side. So it's a heavier fragrance, a heavier scent, but still very, very sort of bright and fresh because of the citron and then the grapefruit feel from the Timur. Love this release from Terre de Hermes, Eau Chevre 2022. Great summer scent. But also my next one is going to be a summer scent. So in this one right here, what you had the note of Timur, which gave it a grapefruit sort of feel, right? In the style of Terre de Hermes. My next one is going to have that sort of zestiness from the grapefruit, but it's actually going to smell like real grapefruit. And the one that I'm talking about here is going to be light blue, and it is by Dolce & Gabbana. It is the Forever, this fragrance right here. The original one before this one, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, was also the Light Blue Intense, a great fragrance. This one right here, the Light Blue Forever, gives it a sort of pungent, strong grapefruit and bergamot, a real grapefruit scent on this one. I mean, it's really super authentic. When you spray this, it feels like you're walking or you're strolling by one of those grapefruit stands in Italy when you're going to the beach. I mean, absolutely 100% authentic smelling. Great. It's also very sort of ozonic, so it's not quite as dense as the Eau Chevre was. The Eau Chevre was more, you could wear this one to like the indoors, for like a gathering in the summertime. While this Dolce & Gabbana is going to be more of an outside grapefruit smell, maybe by the ocean, Has a little bit of violet in there, and as it dries down, it does get a little bit heavier. This is a wonderful scent. If you love the note of grapefruit, then this is an absolute must-have. This is probably one of the greatest grapefruit scents out there because it's really, truly authentic smelling. It's like the rind of it. It's really, really good. That's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. My next one is going to be something that's going to remind you a little bit of snow-capped mountains and maybe a lake in the bottom that's sort of kind of freezing a little bit. And it's a really good release from Bentley. And where the Dolce & Gabbana uses the note of grapefruit, I mean, really, really authentic smelling. And the Terre de Hermes uses Timur, to get that grapefruit-like smell. And the Jimmy Choo, we used lemon. This Bentley is going to have the notes of lemon, and a really good one for summer that I like quite a bit is the note of mint. And this is Bentley for men, and it's the Silver Lake. And let's give this one a little spray too. Now, it came out in 2021. Powerful sprayer. Did you see that? Oh, actually, I think it's 2020. It's been out for a little bit. 2020. It's got some lemon at the very top. It's going to have some mint. And there's also going to be the note of violet in this one. Violet and lavender and a touch of pepper. So if I had to ask, what does this smell like? Does it remind you of the snow-capped Alps, and the lake in the bottom? It's very, very fresh. It's a very beautiful scent. And it's actually quite powerful and lasts quite a long time. What it reminds me of is going to be the Acqua di Gio from Armani. This one is definitely going in the line or in the direction of that fragrance. So you can have a good alternative for an Acqua di Gio fragrance. It's a really nice release from Bentley from 2020, and it'll keep you staying fresh and get compliments in my Stay Fresh 7. Another note that keeps you really fresh in the summertime, when you feel like you want to experience some summer, is the note of yuzu. And yuzu was originally used, or one of the very popular ones for yuzu was an Issey Miyake fragrance, right? It was this one right here, the L'Eau des Porum, and it had really utilized the note of yuzu. But I'm not going to recommend this one, even though this makes a really great fragrance, but it's a little bit older. I have one for you that's a little bit milder than this one, and it just came out in 2018 or something like that, and it's by Karl Lagerfeld. And the one that I'm talking about is Bois de Yuzu from Karl Lagerfeld. I don't know if you can see that right here. See, Bois de Yuzu. It's a beautiful bottle. I love these. There's also Bois de Vetiver, and then there's Bois de Amber. So, it's like wood of, I believe that's what it means. I did a whole rundown on all the Bois de fragrances from Karl Lagerfeld. If you're interested in that, they all sort of had the same bottles. This one right here, it's actually quite nice. If you want to watch that, I'll link it for you. But for this one right here, what you're going to have is the beginning note of yuzu is at the very top, and it's going to be rounded out with some bergamot, and there's going to be a little bit of ginger in here as well. Nice little fragrance. This one right here is going to be a little bit milder, has the yuzu note, but it's rounded out sort of with the ginger, gives it a little bit of a pop. And then you're going to have a little bit of mandarin orange in here, and it also has a hint of that mint. You see how we're kind of using a little bit more of the notes that you can use for the summertime. So it has a hint of mint in there as well. It has a little bit of mandarin orange, and definitely the note of yuzu. So it will remind you of the L'Eau des Porum. And as this fragrance dries down even more, you're going to have some moss in the base, and you're going to have a little bit of papyrus, which is sort of a leathery, woody nuance. My next one is also going to use a different note. And it's not going to be grapefruit or timber or, yuzu like in this one. It's actually going to use some citrus leaves, also called petitgrain. And petitgrain is sort of the crushed stems and the crushed leaves of usually unripened sort of plants, right? And the one that I'm talking about is a 2021 release, and it is by Cartier Declaration, and this is called Haute Fraîcheur. And let's give this one a spray. I got it over here. Really beautiful. It's so good. With the leaf, the crushed leaves, the petitgrain in the top, and it immediately sort of dives down in some cardamom, and the base note's going to be cedar. This is very, very simple. It's a softer scent, okay? You might have to, do 4 or 5 sprays, 6 sprays, and you definitely will smell it the entire time you're wearing it, but it's not going to be a massively protecting fragrance. And it's also not going to be very sweet. It's a little bit more on the mellow side, but it will definitely give you the sort of a memory of a tea, perhaps. In the background, you're still going to feel or smell the Declaration by Cartier. It's hovering in the back somehow. But that brings me to my next one, which is an absolute stunner. I did not buy the original from 2013, but I did buy this one. It's a wonderful fragrance, and it is the new Dior Homme, and it's the cologne. Let me tell you, I sprayed this one on. I was walking through somewhere, and I saw it, and I was like, I really love this bottle. I mean, look at how gorgeous this bottle is. You know, very elegant looking, kind of soft, almost a touch feminine if you ask me. But I really enjoyed the way this one looked. And so I walked up, sprayed this one on, and as I was walking and smelling, I was like, man, I really enjoy this fragrance. So what's in this one? You're gonna have bergamot, you're gonna have some grapefruit blossom in this one. And then it's gonna have some white musk in the base. And the white musk is not like the deer musk that you would have in some other things. The white musk that's used is a little bit more on the floral side. But this one right here is going to be extremely sort of elegant. It is comfortable, it's cozy, it dries down beautifully, it stays for a long time, surprisingly, considering it is, you know, a summer fragrance. The Calabrian bergamot and orange blossom with the intoxicating smell of the white musk will have you smelling incredible no matter where you go. This is a fabulous release, sort of modernized a little bit for 2022 and 2023. And totally enjoy picking this one up. I can't wait to wear it. Plus it's 125 milliliters, so you can go crazy spraying. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, until next time, I want you to take good care of yourself. Always smell nice, and you can smell fresh and nice with these 7 that I just showed you. So you can reference back to them, you know, when it gets a little warmer outside. I just had to do something a little bit fresher. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, maybe even subscribe for more content. I would love to have you on board. Until next time, I want you to take good care of yourself. Always smell nice, and I will talk to you